What if I told you the world's most successful people aren't just talented, they've completely mastered their ego? See, people with the world and freedom ego type often stay stuck because they misread their own minds, becoming flashy instead of efficient and overly emotional instead of logical. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how characters like Isagi, Hiori, and Sae Itoshi from Blue Lock leverage their ego to effortlessly flow with their environment, clarify their purpose, and confidently control situations. Now, when it comes to the world and freedom type egoists, they're often highly logical people who work best when they don't let personal feelings get in the way and have multiple options to work with. And of course, the poster boy for this type is the main character himself, Isagi Yoichi. Isagi embodies this ego type by constantly observing the game and his opponents, making strategic decisions that put him in the right place at the right time. I mean, think back to the U20 match. While initially not really being able to do much, Isagi adapted his strategy to give him the best way to score, which was covering for Ren's weaknesses. And out of everyone on the field, Isagi was the only one who believed Ren could beat Sae and positioned himself to score the game-winning goal. It's moments like these that really showcase why Isagi evolves at a more explosive rate compared to the other Blue Lockers. But it doesn't just stop there. A huge part of Isagi's strengths lies in how he brings out the best in those around him. Even Ren admitted that Isagi has a pretty unique ability to awaken the ego in others and either exploit their strengths for his own advantage or just challenging them to step up their game as a whole. Either way, Isagi gets exactly what he wants, which is victory. And in high pressure situations, Isagi's ego really starts to kick in an overdrive, sharpening his logical decision making and allowing him to remain calm under pressure. By keeping his personal feelings out of the equation, he constantly and consistently makes game-changing plays when everything is on the line. So what can we learn from how Isagi represents this ego type? Well, it's easy. Adaptability is everything. Just like Isagi, the ability to quickly read situations and adjust your approach accordingly is crucial in anything in life. By recognizing and integrating the strengths of those around you, you can rapidly evolve, reaching levels you never thought were possible beforehand. Overall, Isagi's mastery of the world and freedom ego type shows us that winning isn't just about your individual skill. It's about being able to adapt, strategize clearly, and leverage the strengths of others so you can achieve your goals. Now, while Isagi leans into the adaptability aspect, our next character shows us a different way to use your ego, finding purpose through supporting others. Now, when it comes to purpose and personal growth, it's easy to assume it's all about you. And sure, that's partly true. But what if your greatest purpose was actually found in helping someone else succeed? And this is exactly what happens with Hiori. He embodies the world and freedom ego type perfectly through his role as a strategic playmaker. Hiori excels at reading the field, calmly analyzing situations, and delivering ice-cold passes and advice to his teammates that set them up for success. I mean, think back to the U20 tryouts when Hiori advised Isagi to think reflexively. That one insight shifted the entire trajectory of Isagi's growth, showing just how powerful a supportive role can actually be. And what makes Hiori's story even more compelling is that initially he didn't even care about soccer at all. Like many of us, Hiori was pushed into something he had no passion for. But meeting Isagi changed everything. Suddenly, Hiori discovered his own ego and purpose, not as some star striker, but as the strategic kingmaker behind the scenes, dedicated to helping Isagi reach the top. And it was this mental shift from personal struggle to a, collective ambition. It just perfectly illustrates the adaptability and logic-driven mindset of the world and freedom ego type. So, what can we learn from how Hiori represents this ego type? Hiori's story highlights the importance of understanding and embracing your role within a team. Not everyone needs to be in the spotlight to make a significant impact. Sometimes the greatest contributions come from those who empower someone else's success. And by recognizing his strength as a facilitator and supporter, Hiori finds a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Overall, Iori's use of the world and freedom ego type reminds us that true fulfillment often comes from understanding our own strengths, supporting others, and finding this intrinsic motivation in the role that we play. But Hiori isn't the only one who fits this mold. This next character shows us that being a support can actually give you the most control in any given situation. Now, some of you might think playing a support role means you're somehow less important than the person in the spotlight. Not for me. I honestly love playing support roles precisely because they're the ones pulling the strings and controlling the entire game. And that's exactly the mindset that Sae Itoshi has. Known for being cold, blunt, and ruthlessly analytical, Sae's football IQ and spatial awareness are honestly unmatched. He doesn't just see the game, he sees the entire field kind of like a chessboard, positioning both teammates and the opposition exactly where he wants them. I mean, think back to when Sae effortlessly dismantled the Blue Lock 11. He was orchestrating plays with pinpoint passes and unbelievable dribbling, completely controlling the flow of the game without really needing to score himself. But what's even more interesting about Sae is his willingness to adapt. See, initially he dreamed of becoming the world's greatest striker, much like everyone else in Blue Lock. But after going overseas and facing the harsh reality of international competitions, I realized something pretty crucial. Is that his true strength wasn't scoring goals, it was in creating them. Accepting this truth, Sae shifted his goal from striker to midfielder, embracing a role perfectly aligned with his natural abilities. And this shift shows Sae's deep self-awareness and adaptability, which are both key characteristics of the world and freedom ego type. So what can we learn from how Sae represents this ego type? And that is to know your strengths and adapt. See, Sae's shift from aspiring to be the best striker to focusing on becoming the best midfielder highlights the importance of self-awareness and adaptability. Recognizing your true strengths and having the courage to adjust your goals accordingly can unlock your full potential and lead you to genuine success. Overall, Sae's use of the world and freedom ego type reminds us that success isn't about your individual talent. It's about clearly understanding your strengths, adapting to your circumstances, and strategically influencing those around you so you can achieve a collective victory. Now, the world and freedom type is all about combining logic, adaptability, and creativity. Isagi, Hiori, and Sae all showcase a slightly different spin on how you can use this ego to your own advantage. But maybe you're still unsure if this type even fits who you are. You might be struggling right now to figure out exactly which of the 4 ego types matches your own natural strengths and tendencies. So, if that's you, then click on this video where I break down how each ego type can be the missing key to your breakthrough.